think I'm kind of just I gotta wind down, man.
I hear you.
I reached out for Craig Goldie on
Oh,
Facebook. Yeah,
nice.
he's
Yeah.
been going through some real. He's starting a lot of stuff up to help artists that starving artists, on the streets and musicians and because he in one of his posts he posted about how Ronnie helped him out. I mean, he was literally living out of a car, and Ronnie basically helped him find him, got him in with Rough Cut at first, and then later, of course, and he's just been absolutely, out of all individuals, he's been absolutely devastated by the death of Ronnie. He's never fully recovered.
Well, I love Craig Goldie as a guitarist for him. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, Dream Evil's a fantastic album.
Yeah, I love that album.
Yeah,
that is one of my favorite Dio albums. To be
honest. It's great.
I was actually just listening to that a couple weeks ago. I broke that out first time in a long time. I'm like, damn,
a month ago I was listening to it again.
It's got a great sound, like a really cool vibe. It's a unique album for Dio. He doesn't. None of his other albums sound quite like Dream Evil.
Yeah,
I love it. There's something maybe with the synth sound that's kind of mixed in there, but great album. Yeah.
Just like the Strange Highways is its really own unique sound, real soupy, thick, but good album. So,
hey, what's up? My name's Steve, and I make click tracks, and you're watching the show and listening to it, and it's the Heavy Show Heavy Hour on WNCX 98.5.
I am Montag, master of illusion. What goes up must come down, but not always.
Hey, this is Chop Top, and this might leave a few people sore, but keep it heavy.
And Dreadbull.
And you are watching and listening to Heavy Metal. All right. Oh, man, my thumb. It's just so sore.
What you been doing?
I pulled my groin last night for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, kid.
Tried that new move.
Yeah. Oh, cramping. Ah.
Where was that thumb at?
It's like the Motorhead song, The Claw. The Claw. Oh, tonight's show, kiddies, we got a brand new segment called Sore Thumb. We could have called it which one of these things is not like the other, but we didn't want to get a copyright infringement. So Sore Thumb.
It's a little cumbersome.
Yeah, Sore Thumb. Okay, here's what it is. We got bad songs or songs that they don't quite set the same high bar as the rest of the album, or maybe songs that just don't work or detract from an album in some way, or they don't add to the album. Maybe there's a great album with like one sucky track. Maybe there's a mediocre album with one shitty track, or maybe it's a song that's kind of myopic or badly indulgent in all the wrong ways. Something that just doesn't quite work and leaves you wondering why the band would include it on an album of otherwise decent songs. So now you understand the context. So this can go a lot of different ways, because it's often hard to find a great album with one shitty song on it. It's easy to find shitty songs. Right? One great album with like one, but they're out there.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, kids, in the volume 1 of the Sore Thumb series. So who would like to go first? Who's chomping at the bits to talk about their first Sore Thumb song?
Doesn't matter. I can go first if you'd like.
All right, Chop.
Fire away, Chop.
Okay, for my fifth choice, this might give me a little heat, but I don't have to like the song, and I don't.
That's right. There you go.
I don't have to like it, damn it. Coming out defiant. I like
Get off my lawn. This is
we don't even know yet.
Classic album. I know you guys love this album as much as I do. 1981's Mob Rules. The song I'm picking is Slipping Away. The rest, it seems the rest of the track listing is brilliant. It has a vibe to it. Everything's going, and then you get to Slipping Away, and it's just like slipping away. It's like it's just kind of bouncy and takes away from the darkness and the everything else that we love. I mean, the flow is so
Sabbath.
great on that
It should
album.
be dark and broody and evil.
Yeah, and
it's not evil enough.
it's the only track I skip on that CD. And because I love the rest of the track. And I think with that being said, also an underrated song, I know we're talking about Sore Thumb, but Country Girl is such a good song. Great riff.
See, it's funny because I would have flipped those two because
Really?
I like Slipping Away.
Okay.
And it's less about the chorus because it's a little like show tuney.
Yeah.
But that main riff, that's fucking heavy. That's a really great riff.
Solid riff, yeah.
It's a solid riff, but the chorus is
riff.
like, but Country Girl is like, I don't know, man. That's just me. But that's
Right,
great.
right.
That's why it's so great.
You don't have to like it, and you
I don't. That's right. You can suck my sore thumb. There's my thumb for you to suck.
I don't like either one of them. So there.
Off my lawn.
Just stop sucking my sore
Two
thumb.
sore thumbs on that one.
All right, Chop. Good. Hey, this is what
Yeah.
makes things so exciting because we,
You know, and I'm a
kids
huge-
at home, we don't know what we're gonna pick. We don't plan this stuff out.
No.
We just,
And I'm a huge Sabbath fan. I got
Of course.
your surprise shocker. I got most of their discography. But
you want to
But
see
yeah,
my
it's-
surprise face?
yeah, it's interesting because I think those two tracks though, Montag, are arguably on that album. I think they're most cited, both those for either camp. One person don't like
Right,
Slipping Away
right.
or it's Country Girl.
Yeah.
So, but I think it
Right.
interrupts with the overall flow for me because
Okay.
then you're killing on the end of the album. You're killing it with Falling Off the Edge of the World,
Great
and then
song,
over and
yeah.
over. And I'm like,
Yeah, the
I'm
album's
Slipping
stellar.
Away before that. So if they took that out for me, it'd be absolutely perfect. But it is damn close to being perfect. We can say
Okay.
that.
And I like what you
Nice.
say about flow. Like there is definitely an album has to have a certain flow to it. And I have one, maybe two that aren't necessarily bad songs, but
Mhm.
they don't flow well with the rest of the album. They just
Right.
kind of they are
Right.
this or a sore thumb. In and of themselves, they might be an okay song,
Yes.
but they're either we'll get more into it. But yeah,
Yeah, I
Sure.
like that. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Right. This is why they stand out. There's something
Mhm.
about the album that's great, and like something like, oh, something's not working.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah. All right. Well, Dread, why don't you do your number 5?
okay, I'll go with the sorest of sore thumbs on my entire list. Excuse me. Okay, so what I did when I set out to pick out some songs, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start with the big boys. I'm going to start with the big popular bands because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, everybody's got a stinker out there. So I'm going to go look for the stinkers
Yeah.
in the big popular bands.
Nice.
So that was my premise going in. So I think I found a few here. And so, okay, we'll start with the stinker one. Rush. So this is Rush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As soon as I tell you the album, you're going to know what it is.
Okay.
Caress of Steel.
Is it? I think I know. I think I'm going bald.
Yeah.
Really?
Right after
Yeah.
Bastille Day,
Right.
this beautiful song. You've got the Necromancer.
Yes,
You've got
after-
Lakeside
yeah.
Park. You've got Bastille Day. This
Yeah.
beautiful, great Rush opener.
Yes.
Mhm.
Nice progressive song. And then you've got Geddy Lee talking about going bald, or maybe Neil
Peart.
wrote this.
Yeah.
but,
Neil started writing all the. He was
yeah,
writing by
you
this
got
time.
this weird, sandwich between Bastille Day, Lakeside Park. Yeah, this odd little ditty of
That's a good
self-reflection. I don't know what.
Right. It's because it's a short song too. It's not very long.
Yeah. it
Right.
just
And then you
sticks
got
out, and
what side 2? You got the Fountain of Lamneth, which
yes.
one of my favorite. I mean, yeah, I get it. Right.
It's
Well,
so
that's
freaking weird. Like
yes.
maybe on their debut album, this would have got, they could have gotten away with it. It's kind of
Yeah.
a rock song, like a
Mhm.
silly kind of rock kind of.
Yeah,
thing, but
because this is kind of goofy and an otherwise dark album.
it is dark.
And
Yeah, the
even Lakeside
Necromancer
Park
is really
isn't
dark.
dark, but it's got that mournful. The first time we see, Peter talking about that mournful loss of time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Very
But then-
mournful, yeah.
Yeah, but then the Necromancer's dark. The Fountain of Lamneth is just achingly dark. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's why I love this album so much. Crest of Steel, I think is my favorite Rush album for so many
I
reasons.
love this album. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
but you
and-
got to get this song out of there, man.
I hope
think
they never play that
It
live. Can you
ruins the
imagine?
whole mood.
All right, we're playing. I think I'm going bald.
I think that's why I may be getting when I've talked about it. They were laughing. I think that's why the album didn't do well because people are like, going, "What the hell, man?"
Really, that one
Right.
song screwed the whole
It's
album
It's just
up.
like
silly,
it's just
man.
like
It is
yeah.
silly.
Because if you
It's
remove that
terrible.
song from the album, you still have a stellar record, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
My guess
Yeah.
is they needed a filler track that was for like 4 minutes or 3.5 or something like that. They needed like to fill up the album side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they talked about that one time too. There was, didn't they? Was it on our previous Rush discussion, Mark or Dreadbull? You might have mentioned it.
I think
They
it was
need-
meant.
They needed a short filler that was precisely X amount of minutes and
Oh,
seconds.
was it that song?
No, but they wrote a song real quick. It might have been on Signals or something like a
Yes.
big like
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it was
needed
one
it.
of the newer ones.
yeah, or Grace Under Pressure or something. It's like and like
Right.
yeah, they whipped it out like immediately. Like,
Yes.
oh my God, how can you do this? Yeah, that's my guess is they needed that 3.5 minute song because it's not long to fit
No,
in.
it's really short. Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
I mean, can you imagine someone who never heard Rush and like that was a song they accidentally like listened to at first?
Yeah, you're
Like-
gonna have completely the wrong impression
Yeah, like
of who Rush.
what the fuck?
I hate that
why,
band. I ain't listening.
why are you guys listening to this guy talking about going bald?
Yeah, what are these goofball band? Is this Weird Al Yankovic? What the hell's going on?
Right? No, I get it, man.
What
I
are
get
these
it.
guys?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good choice, Dred.
I've always thought it was a little goofy of a song, but
Yeah.
knowing them and kind of that they don't really take themselves too seriously, I get it. But yeah, in the context of the album, it doesn't fit.
Their
You're right.
career, their catalog.
Yeah.
It's just like
It doesn't fit, and I
And that
Yeah.
was probably maybe the first really like Rush album that they had put out. Like Fly By Night was starting to move towards that progressive sound,
Yeah.
like By Tor and the Snow Dog, stuff like that. But they really embraced it with Caress of Steel. They really embraced those long format story driven songs. And I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like
that was a great pick.
it seemed like a leftover.
That's
from their
good.
first album.
That's a great one, man. Coming out swinging.
Okay.
No, I like that. I like that. No, I agree. I've often thought that as well. I'm like, man, this album's so great. And man, I just kind of took it as is, but I thought, God, that's a weird song. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
But okay, no, I love it. Okay, my number 5 is also from a big band we know as Van Halen. Off of their Fair Warning album. This is their musical track called Sunday Afternoon in the Park.
Oh yeah.
It's just got this weird kind of slow beat and like a synthesizer, like a Moog synthesizer playing this like weird droning kind of beat behind the, Alex's drums.
Mhm.
And it's just a musical interlude. It's only like about 2.5 minutes, but it doesn't fit with the vibe of the whole album. Fair Warning is a phenomenal album. Unchained, Hear About It Later. So This Is Love. I mean, great songs, heavy. They were at their peak of their power on this album. And here comes this like slow, like kind of Eddie Van Halen playing with the keyboard Moog synthesizer sounds. And it's like, okay, you obviously were playing and tinkering with some musical ideas here that maybe didn't develop. There might be a reason that they didn't develop. Maybe you shouldn't put them on one of your best albums,
Right.
Yeah, do you guys know the song I'm talking about?
Vaguely, like I thought so thoroughly skipped that I've barely ever listened to it because I completely agree. It has no place on
It
that
doesn't
album.
Yeah,
fit.
because like the next song is I don't know, it kind of comes in real heavy. Yeah, I don't even know the name of the song afterwards, but it's a real heavy pump rock, It's like, yeah. So that's my number 5.
Great.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's definitely worthy.
Mhm. All right, Chop, number
All
4.
right. Another band that, it's a big leaguer. It's Kiss. It's off their debut album.
Mhm.
And it's called Love Theme from Kiss.
Yes.
Now, Montag knows that. I'm
Oh,
like, you have probably
yeah.
arguably their best album in
Oh,
their history. I mean, it's such a
it-
dark album. I mean, my gosh,
yeah.
every track is so good. And then
Yeah.
you get the Love Theme from Kiss.
yes.
And then, my
Yes.
God, the next song's 100,000 Years. And you're like,
Right.
how the hell do you go from that to 100,000 years?
Dreadbull.
It's so bad. I mean,
yeah.
their lyrics we all know. They're not.
Yeah,
the
and there's
greatest.
no music. This is
Your
just
credit.
another musical interlude.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no
It
lyrics.
takes it
That's funny you mentioned it, Chop, because that's also on my list. I was gonna include it. I'm just gonna share it now. I got a lot of Kiss on my
I'm
list.
gonna have more in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny.
It doesn't fit. It's just
yeah.
like you took away from an otherwise perfect album. What a debut. maybe it's some of their darkest material as well, arguably some of their heavier.
Yeah,
And you put that in there.
it's a stellar album. What you have here, it sounds like early kind of like early disco, but meets like a soundtrack from like something you might see in a Rockford Files TV show or something.
Wow.
You know, like
Well, it is 74, but
yeah, I mean, you're gonna
you know,
hear like maybe something in more of a funky soul, not good like Dolomite, but it's got this kind of dual lead guitar riff. Just tonight when we're done, Google it. You know, Dreadbull. Just listen to it. Love theme from Kiss. You're gonna say,
Okay,
"Oh
I'm gonna
wow."
have to.
You're gonna have to.
Curious.
No,
now.
I totally agree with you,
I'll
Chop. It's like,
take a rain check. I'm going to bed after this.
yeah. No,
I don't want
totally.
that stuck in my head.
Yeah. Oh, it will because it's playing in my head right now.
Yeah.
Doom, doo, 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 doo. Doom,
You know, I wish we could get away with playing some clips of these songs.
I know.
That
You know,
would really add to it.
it would be good in a porn movie. It almost sounds like it'd be
Some
good
porn
in the 70s.
music.
It almost sounds like but not that. It doesn't have that funk. It's like
Non-funky porn.
Yeah, non-funky porn. It would be good in the background. Yeah. It is ungood.
Just
Yeah.
Plain
Oh.
white guy porn.
Yeah, it's like really bad. It's like it's gonna limp dick porn. We're just gonna limp dick
porn.
Yeah. ED porn.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it, man.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I knew there was going to be some Kiss in here. It's so
Oh,
ironic.
don't worry.
that me and Montag
I've got one on my list for tonight too, so don't worry,
All
Chop. We're gonna represent. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I know. Okay, Dreadbull, you're number 4.
Okay, I'm gonna go with another heavy hitter. So I'm hitting Metallica next,
Oh,
and we're going straight to the classic "Ride the Lightning." Yeah. So this is one of those songs we started to get into this earlier. That is in and of itself is not a bad song, but when it's surrounded by greatness, it suffers.
Mhm.
That's
I
the
think I know
song
what you're
"Escape"
talking
for
about.
me.
Yep.
Oh, Escape. Yeah.
Yeah, it just you've got creeping death, for whom the bell tolls, fade to black, and then this is the turd in the punch bowl. Really, this song, it's just it doesn't fit. It doesn't
Right.
fit the power and the
Yeah.
majesty of all these other songs
Right.
on this
You know,
album.
Dread, with you saying that does take away. If you're flowing through the whole album's flowing great along, you get to Escape.
Right.
Yeah, it's a slower tempo.
All that.
Yeah. And especially the bridge and the chorus, it sounds almost like happy.
Right. It's not nearly as dark and
No, it's not aggressive or fast.
Mhm.
And it's just like it's kind of bland. It's kind of like softens the mood of an otherwise aggressive album.
Metallica even said they hate the song. So
Oh, really?
I guess it was
Okay.
Nice.
yeah,
Well,
it was like a filler kind of thing for them to finish up Ride the Lightning.
see, filler. Right.
Another filler. It
we need
feels like
4
a filler
minutes.
song.
Yeah.
It does.
Like there's a nice time change, a little over halfway through, and the pretty good guitar solo in there that kind of redeems it a bit. So if you have to get through it, if you're not near
Right.
the stereo to hit skip,
Right.
But,
Had we not had
Take that out,
such
you
a
got a
great
perfect
album,
album.
it might have
Yeah.
stood out better. Right. But those first couple albums, man, they were just punk thrash metal. I mean, they were really
Mhm.
pushing it. And this one, yeah, I agree. Like, oh yeah, that's the one.
Great choice.
now you get to Master of Puppets, and there's not a weak track. I mean,
No.
I couldn't find. There's nothing weak on that album.
Right, right.
That will
And I-
never make
and-
this list.
No, we had that
That is
great
fantastic.
episode on
Oh,
it. We
great
were
Slugfest.
our first Slugfest, and as much as I had to weigh song for song, Master of Puppets got the win, but I still love Rest in Peace better. But anyway, yeah, that's a good choice, man.
Good choice.
I'm gonna go with another heavy hitter as well,
All right,
off of one of the best
The
albums,
big boys.
one of the best albums that all of us love, and it's in probably our top 10 albums of all time.
Are we going Maiden? Is this a
Mm,
Maiden? No,
No, this is Alice in Chains from the Dirt.
From
album.
Dirt. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
This is a song called Iron Glam.
Oh yeah.
What a throwaway.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Total
it just
Dude, I
this kind
forgot
of
about that
musical
song.
interlude. It's like a minute and a
Yes.
half of like
Mhm.
screaming guitars, and then you hear this rad rum at the end. It was totally
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Bizarre.
It just like, I know they're being self-indulgent. Like, wouldn't it be funny if we said Iron Glam instead of Iron Man? Yes, that's funny. And it
They're
takes
probably all high, you know.
right, it just takes away from this fucking brilliant record
Oh,
where
that
every
whole
song
album.
is just on fire, and then you get this song that is like, wait a minute, it's self-indulgent in the wrong way. Like, I don't mind a band that can be self-indulgent, like Dream Theater. They can be self-indulgent, but you don't mind taking the journey with them. This
Mhm.
is self-indulgence for like the wrong sake. Like, let's be cute. Let's try to be cute.
Funny. And,
Yeah. And it's Alice in Chains, not Alice in Cute.
Right.
So yeah, Iron Glam is just like, they hear it and it's like, nah. I was tempted. I was even tempted to like delete it from my computer, my jukebox. I'm like, nah, I have a hard time doing that. But yeah, it's just
It's
unnecessary.
bizarre. It's unnecessary. And
So,
yeah, they're trying to be cute.
Jerry
and-
Cantrell, we invite you to come on the show, man. Tell us
We love
what the fuck. We love you, love your band, but why the hell did you put that on there? So anyway, when Charlotte's Web, we did our demo and we had like 30 seconds of space. Like, let's just do something else. And we did we basically did the riff for Master of Puppets, dun, 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 bum. And we called it Pastor of Muppets. That's so funny. It was just like that. But that was just for us because,
Mhm.
we're just being self-indulgent because we're having fun. And
Yeah.
maybe that's what they were doing, but that would never have made it onto our record, especially not their second album, one of the biggest selling records of all time, Dirt.
Yeah.
So there it is. My number 4, Iron Glam.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Chop. Number 3.
Number 3. This is by a band that I love. It's a mediocre album, but there's a song in there that just really is ridiculous and stupid. It's Saxon's on Rock the Nations CD,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it is Party Till You Puke. And it's fucking stupid. And I believe it's got Elton John playing piano on it
Yeah.
as a guest. And it does not flow with the rest of the album.
They
I
have
mean,
2 songs that say rock and roll in the title, right? Isn't that the album that has 2 songs with rock and roll?
Oh God, they got the Rock the Nations.
Yep.
And We Came Here to Rock. So yeah, they got 2 songs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I mean, look,
It's not a great album, okay? But for a
Yeah.
Saxon fan like me, I can tolerate it more than maybe somebody else. But that
Yeah.
song right there, Party To, is fucking stupid.
it doesn't
ridiculous.
match. Right.
No, it doesn't go with the rest of the album. You're like, okay, why is this included? And Sir Elton John to play piano for it on that. I was like, why?
That's
But, yeah.
crazy, right?
So
It makes you wonder sometimes what these people are thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I got a lot of their discography, but it's not their one I reach for all the time. Every once in a while, it's got some good tracks, but it's mediocre.
Yeah.
But as far as the total whole, the flow and the running time of that album, that just sticks out. That's just the fun with that album.
We should see what Nibs has to say about that song.
Oh, he loves
know.
everything Saxon. So
You know,
fuck you, mate.
I think it'd be a good time. I'd love to hear a 20-minute
Mhm.
talk about what this song, this album. So no, man. Yeah. Well, that's a good pick. That's a good one. All right, Dreadbull, number 3.
All right. We're going even bigger
Oh,
for us.
okay.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take a poke at Maiden here.
Oh yeah. I think
We touched on this a little bit
too,
on our cover bands episode.
Hmm,
But for me, this is Off Number the Beast, Gangland. Never liked this
Oh.
song.
okay.
I've never liked it. I skip it every time. Like, I just don't
Really?
like this song.
Hmm,
And that's why we talked about the cover songs, and Dream Theater covered this and completely
Right.
changed it.
Yeah.
Turned it into this bluesy little
like a
jazz
lounge,
piece.
lounge number.
Yeah,
Did you like that version better? Does that make you?
absolutely did.
Does
Yes.
it make you like the song
Wow.
better? And
No, I like their version. I like Dream Theater's version.
Okay.
I'm glad they changed it because that was the song that I never liked anyway from this
Okay.
album. So I'm like, oh, they did something different with it. Cool.
I
I
would
like
have,
this.
if I would
that was
swap
gonna
out
be one of
the
my
song.
choices.
I would swap out Gangland for Total Eclipse.
Oh, yeah, a lot of
Exactly.
people have
Yeah.
said that. Total Eclipse is
Exactly.
far superior
That was
song.
that was part of my notes. I'm
Okay.
like that. The real kicker of all this is they did Total Eclipse. That was
Yeah.
a B-side for this album.
Yeah, which is
They could have put that in. That would have been
and
way
made
better on
Gang
this album.
and Gangland could have been a B-side, and we probably would have liked it a lot
I
more.
would like it a lot more as a B-side.
Right.
Yeah.
As a little bonus track, like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Another
Mhm.
Maiden song for us to listen to.
Right.
Total Eclipse is infinitely better of a song.
It's such
It is so much better.
yeah, especially that chorus, man. No.
Yeah. I mean, you go from Run to the Hills.
Yeah.
You got Hallowed Be Thy Name. And then in between is this like little dingleberry, Gangland, sitting there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I
Yeah.
don't like it. Don't like the song.
Fun note,
Love Iron Maiden.
I used that riff. I used that riff in a Pig song called License to Drive. So I actually kind of ripped off
You
Total Eclipse, and I wrote that song to that rhythm, that melody. So yeah, there we go.
Okay. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a much
Great
more
choice,
worthy song. Nobody's ripping off the Gangland riff.
That, Brad. I hate to interrupt you. I was actually going to pick that for this episode. That was
Okay.
my pick, too.
Nice.
Well, it's good that we're all like we got some kind of confirmation. We're not the only ones who are seeing this stuff.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I'd be out all on my own on that
No.
one. Or not.
No. I get it when
Okay.
I hear it. Like, yeah, it's one of my lesser liked tracks on that album. It's just
Right.
like it's down in the bottom for
The
me.
vocals are kind of halting and herky jerky throughout, you know, and it's like it doesn't have that powerful flow of,
Yeah.
Can you imagine that album though with Total Eclipse in that replacement? That would be
Yeah.
no great.
yes.
That'd be-
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My God, that'd be so good.
Right. Well, I'm glad they brought it back when they did the extended version, so you could hear it
Mhm.
as the B-side. So it's nice. All right, my number 3. I think you're both gonna like this one more so, Chop Top, because we went to the show together. In 1998, a reformed Kiss with the original members got together and did an album called Psycho Circus, which is a mediocre album. There's like 3 decent tracks on it. Psycho
Does this
Circus
have
is
Lick It
really
Up?
good. No, that's the album Lick It Up.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good album.
Oh boy.
No, it is. It's actually pretty good. Okay, but they have 2 songs on this album that are pretty horrible, and they got sued by Alice Cooper on a
Alice
song
Cooper.
called. They have Alice Cooper's 18. They have a song on Psycho
Dreamin'.
Circus called "Dreamin'," and it's the totally rip off of the music.
Oh my
So Alice Cooper sued them and won. So good for you, Alice. We'd love to have you on the show. Come on. Anyway, so they have 2 songs on here that are really, really bad. One is a horrible song by Gene Simmons, supposed to be like a ballad called "We Are One." We are one. It is just like pablum and the worst kind of like writing and sentimentality. It is dripping with unearned sentimentality. It's just complete shit. It's horrible. But the song that really stands out, both sore thumbs, is a song that Peter Criss sings called "I Found My Way." Yes, because Peter Criss had his song Beth.
He had his Beth.
He sang Black Diamond though on the first album, and he's got a decent voice. It's real raspy, so he sings Black
carried that
Diamond.
song.
He sings some other stuff. Yeah, he can
Hard
do
Luck
okay.
Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Baby Driver, which is
Yep.
let's not talk about Baby Driver. That's gonna be on my list. Go Baby Driver, you driving all night long. But
Hey, we don't need clips.
yeah, I can just sing it.
Sing all these.
I'm only dreaming. Yeah, I Found My Way is another Peter Criss ballad to kind of recapture because they needed a Beth on the song. And so I Found My Way has got piano and sweeping strings, and there's a really horrible lyric. It's something like, "And I turned just long enough to stop and lock that door." It's like, oh my God, I found my way back to you. Oh, that's another one you can either Google, just go on YouTube and listen to it. It is-
A bad Kiss list.
oh, believe me, that could be a whole fucking show.
We do our top 5 deep dive on Kiss. That'll be
Yeah, we gotta do. Yes, we're gonna do a deep dive. We gotta finish the Rush
Oh,
deep
no.
dive.
yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna make Dreadbull work through it. Yeah, it's
You
time to
bastard.
We'll help you
purge.
through, buddy. We're here for therapy.
That's
We got
right.
you.
Did I mention I'm resigning after this show?
So yeah, Kiss.
Joke's on you.
Psycho Circus. We Are One, and I Found My Way. We're getting a 2 for 1, 2 sore thumbs for 1 album.
God, that really hurt.
Deep hurting. Deep hurting.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
dreaming.
Dreamin',
Uh.
Dreamin's a good song because
I do like
I'm
Dreamin'.
18 was a good song.
But that, as soon as I first heard that,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's
I'm
18. Yeah, because 18 is a phenomenal song. One of the
Yes.
best Alice Cooper songs. I love that song.
Great.
I'm like, and that's not the only thing that Kiss has ripped off. I Just Wanna is
Summertime Blues.
Summertime Blues, right?
Yeah.
And then if you listen to Kiss,
Wow.
Kiss has an album they did right before they reunited called was it Carnival of Souls? And
Yes.
I like
Alice
to
in
call the
Chains
album
kind of
Kiss and
thing, the
Chains.
grunge
It's
album.
Kiss and
Yeah.
Chains.
Yeah.
Kiss does a grunge album. Now, that being said, some of those tracks are really good. Hate is really good. Rain, there's a couple of good tracks, but you could definitely tell that they were trying to be Alice in Chains from the chord
Oh,
progressions, the
wow.
tuned down guitars.
Yeah.
And when you listen to it, just listen to the first song, Hate. You're gonna hear these Alice in Chains riffs. It's like, come on, guys, dudes, you've just gotten
They
so
were
far away
reaching-
from you.
Yeah, they were reaching total stylistic change, trying to
Yeah.
go with the.
It doesn't
times
sound
and
like them
stuff.
at all. It sounds really forced. It's got some good songs on it, but it's just not
I agree.
Kiss. Yeah.
No.
So anyway, found my way back to you. All right, number 2, Chop. Go to town, man.
Number 2, fellas, from one of our favorite bands and one of my favorite albums, Overkill's From the Underground and Below, 1997. The song, I think you know what I'm talking about, is Promises. We've talked about it before. We did our huge discography show on Overkill.
That was a task.
Yeah, that was Overkill overdose. But we talked about that they write really good ballady songs, but when it's in the Overkill style, when they try to go the traditional route of ballad, it's like, ooh. And this is the only
When they try to be the
other
Scorpions
future
or
ones that
something.
I'll show. Yeah, it's just like, you got the whole album fucking smokes, right? We all love it. We're fans. And then you got Promises. And then you close things up with a little bit of murder. So you got this happy fucking ballad that is horrible. And then you close up with a burner, a little bit of murder at the end. I'm like, yes. So for me, yeah, number 2 in this list is Promises.
When did that one come out, Chop?
97, Dread.
97. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Did bands still feel the need to have to throw a ballad on every album? There's got to be a ballad somewhere. And I know that was kind of bad in the 80s for a while. Everybody had to have a ballad, especially like hair metal stuff, of course.
They did Overkill did 2 mistakes. There's only 2 albums. This one, where they put Promises, and another future one, The Killing Kind, which I'll get to that song in a future episode. They put one on. Other than that, that was, and I knew they were through a label change at that time. They were on CMC International, which is now defunct. But yeah, it doesn't work for them. We all know and love Overkill, that we know and love them for.
Be
And
who you
that's-
are.
that's
Yeah,
a
we're
statement.
huge fans.
That's a
Yeah.
short film. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. Good number 2 there. All right, Dreadbull.
Okay, another beloved band, and an album that I very much love. We're going Queensryche here. This is Off the Warning, a little strange little digital number called NM156.
Oh,
So yeah, I
Nice.
mean, early days of Queensryche, there was a lot of like sci-fi sort of vibe, particularly on Rage for Order, the next album,
Mhm.
kind of. But they did it really well on that album, I thought. So yeah, but this one, I don't know, it just didn't work here. They went way too far with it. Like this was really just overflowing with all these digital sounds, and like Tate's vocals are very robotic. Like he's trying to sound like a robot, I think, when he sings it, very halting,
Yeah,
sort
it
of.
was intentionally done. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, it sticks out. It's a sore thumb on this album. I don't like the song. I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know. It just, the final product, it had a good, it might have been a cool idea at the time, but the final product just didn't work for me, and it doesn't fit in this. It's one of those you just skip past it. I do
Wow.
when I
Okay.
listen to this album.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
don't
Yeah,
care
I'm
for it.
trying to remember it now.
Yeah, it's very heavy, very
It's
heavily
got that dun
sci-fi
dun
digital.
dun dun.
Yes.
Bing. Is that the
Mhm.
one? Okay.
Very
You got that really kind of syncopated beat. It's like the
Yeah, and his
rock and roll's
vocals are
playing on
very
the off.
syncopated too.
He's
Yeah.
like playing on the off beats.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
Don't
good
like that
song.
one.
Yeah. All right. My number 2 rhymes with the band name, band called Tool. Yeah, I like Tool. Very, very good band. They push the boundaries, but in one album in particular, they became completely self-indulgent and just like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? This is not art or trying to be art. You're just jerking off in our faces here. We don't want that. We don't want that, man. This is a bit off the album Enema. Yeah, there, that should have given you a warning. They have 3 tracks that are just completely throwaways. One's called Useful Idiot. I think it's just noise.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, for like a minute. There's one called Message to Harry Manback, which is basically some music over top of a someone had left like playing a voice message from a, you know, like a voicemail.
Yeah.
So give me a call, you motherfucker. Fuck
Mhm.
you. Again, completely useless. And then there's one called Intermission. That's just kind of this. I don't even remember because when I did my list a while ago, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll know what this is. It might be circus music. I don't know what, but something, another throwaway, like 3 tracks on this album, which is otherwise good. 3 like minute long tracks that really don't add anything. Like why would you have these on here? So Maynard, we invite you on. Tell us what you were thinking, your creative process at the time. Tell us what you were thinking. Yeah, Useful Idiot, Message to Harry Manback, and Intermission. You got a 3-fer. 3 sore
3
thumbs.
thumbs.
3 sore
that's
thumbs
not-
on Tool Enema.
I'm a huge Tool fan, but they usually do that on every album. There's these like minute, 2-minute things that are just, it's throwaway. And it's like, just throw those out. You got a perfect fucking album.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
why-
know Maynard is a very like he likes to do this high concept kind of stuff,
Sure.
and these, you know, Fibonacci sequence stuff, and
Yeah.
like all, and very likes to be very edgy and creative and kind of, I don't know, it gets a little too
Appreciate
artsy fartsy at times, I think.
Well,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
When there's no relevance or no connection, I don't mind that interesting sequence, the time sequence, because
Mhm.
that's really great, you know. But this just what I just didn't get it. Useful Idiot or the Intermission. It just like doesn't
It almost feels like an inside joke that you're not privy to. So,
yes,
you know,
that's a good way of saying it. Yeah,
That's a
I
good
agree.
point.
It's like it was funny for them, but no one else. Like, then
Right.
why put it
Yeah.
on there? You know,
Mhm.
we're not gonna think it's funny. We're gonna think you're idiots. You're not even being useful idiots like your song. Ugh.
Yeah, I
Uh,
completely agree. I'm not a big fan of those weird little. There's very few of them out there that work, and
I get it. All right, we are down to our number 1 pick for this volume. Number one, Sawyer's our number 1. All right, Chop Chop, what is your number 1 pick?
My favorite band of all time off Brave New World,
Ooh.
Out of the Silent Planet.
Oh, okay.
It
Interesting
does
pick.
not.
You're
otherwise, I
wrong.
think-
You're wrong.
Otherwise, I think, I mean, this is what a comeback. Number 1, we've discussed it ad nauseum before. You know, Bruce coming back in the band, but for me, I like every other song on the album, but this one is just the one for me. I just, out of the silent planet, out of the, you know,
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Fucking chorus.
Nice.
It doesn't
That's
fucking
pretty
annoy me,
good.
and I want to fucking skip it every time I actually I do skip it every time I hear it.
Mhm.
But it's just that goofy fucking chorus, and it's stupid, and it doesn't fit with the rest of what I think is one hell of a comeback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A reunion album, and yeah, for me that's the track. That's the stinker. That's a sore thumb on it.
All right. It's a great album. Yeah. I never saw it as that. Yeah, it didn't bother me.
Hmm.
They have other albums with stinkers, but yeah, I can see
Right.
why you would think that. Certainly.
Yeah, I kind
Yeah.
of agree. The chorus is weak. I don't dislike it, I think, as much as you, but yeah, the more modern Maiden, some of their choruses are weird, like kind of crappy. Like we grew up with the powerful Maiden,
Oh,
with
yeah.
these soaring
Prime
choruses and
Yeah.
Air Raid, Siren Dickinson, and really powerful stuff. And modern Maiden has some of their choruses are kind of weak, and
Yeah.
that's
It's not
why
as majestic as
listen to them.
soaring.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I will tell you, the other day I was working on stuff, and I listened to Book of Souls, and I actually kind of liked it better than I did for the previous couple of years. It's been a while since I listened to it. I'm like, oh,
Walked away.
I was
It's
just
not
thinking about it the other
it's not
day.
as good as it's not a great album, but it's not it's okay. I mean, the new one,
Yeah,
that
Senjutsu.
Senjutsu, right? That album's just getting better and better every time I listen to it. But
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's interesting. All right, Chop. Interesting pick.
Okay.
Dreadbull, your number one.
Okay, I'm going with number one. I'm going with my most beloved band, Dream Theater.
Ooh.
They're not even Dream Theater.
No,
not
no one
immune-
escapes our gaze.
Well, this is off the Train of Thought album.
Okay.
So this was an album when Dream Theater went into the studio. They had a specific vision. They had been kind of inspired by fan reaction to some of their heavier stuff on the previous tour. So when they went to make Train of Thought, they're like, we want something heavy. We're going to go in, you know, kind of get inspired by Pantera, a lot of the heavier stuff, Sepultura, things like that. That was some of the inspiration when they went in. So they wanted to make Balls to the Wall album with heavier riffing, maybe bring in some new fans, some new fans to their fan base. And so all in all, I mean, they achieved that on this album. It was actually one of their only albums that didn't go the actual full length of that a CD can hold. This album was only like 65 minutes long.
Slackers.
Their shortest album ever. But for the most part, it was more concise, real heavy, great album. But this one track, Vacant, is this, and it actually comes right after one of their heaviest songs ever, Honor Thy Father, which is an absolute face ripper. And then this pops up, this real strange little atmospheric piece that okay, I mean, on a more progressive Dream Theater album, you expect a cool atmospheric, maybe instrumental and whatever. But yeah, I don't know, this song just doesn't fit. You got Honor Thy Father. You do have Stream of Consciousness right after this song, which is an instrumental, and it kind of has a little bit of a slow build. So you've got that little, I don't know if they were thinking like the listener needs a break, from the heavy and to, rest their ears a little bit, but that's not what this album was about. That wasn't what it was supposed to be. And they get a little bit of that in the intro of Stream of Consciousness. So I just don't think this was a necessary track, and
I
doesn't
agree,
fit.
and that is a great album overall, but I forgot about that track because it's forgettable.
Yeah, and you probably skip it.
Like, it doesn't fit with everything. So you take
not when
they
had a specific vision. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Stream of Consciousness took care of the a little bit of a break, after Honor Thy Father. So, and then In the Name of God was the follow-up track to that.
In the Name of God. Yeah,
fantastic track though. So yeah, this was definitely a sore thumb on this album.
All right, nice. I love this. I love that we're pulling out the bands that we love and saying, look, man. And I think it just proves that we're not just sycophants, and we can see fault with the things that we love. It doesn't mean that we're not fans.
Exactly.
We're being honest with things. It's like, not every band, right? I mean, not everything. Some of the shit you throw at the wall is going to stick, and some doesn't. So, no, that's good. I love that. I love that we're doing this. Because my number one pick may be one of the worst songs ever written by one of our favorite bands, all three of us. There's this band called Iron Maiden. And they had this album
like know where you're going
1990 91 called Fear of the Dark, and on this album there's a song about a guy who likes to go out with his mates and like get drunk and play sports, and maybe because he's old and out of shape, maybe someone's gonna die. This song is called Weekend Warrior.
Oh my God, I forgot about this song.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And let's go out, and let's go playing with your mates. When you hear Bruce scream those songs, like, really? Like, no wonder he wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge. And like, I gotta go anywhere but sing. Steve, all you say is writing a song about playing fucking playing dodgeball. Is this about a fucking dodgeball league? Is that what you expect me to sing? Fucking dodgeball. I am fucking Maiden. I am just imagining in the studio.
Oh,
he's like, I got this great song, guys. A great song about guys playing dodgeball. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh boy.
So, and I can hear Nico going, some bloody cunts writing a song about dodgeball. So yeah, Weekend Warrior is just absolutely one of the best examples
Okay,
of a horrible, shitty song.
That's the turd in the punch bowl right
That-
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
That takes the
that
cake.
punch bowl is not so great. I mean, Fear of the Dark has maybe a
That's true.
couple, three so good songs. It's a mediocre album.
It is.
Fear of the Dark's good. I honestly can't
Be
remember.
Quick or
many
Be
more.
Dead. I like
Be
that.
Quick or Be Dead's got some fun stuff. I honestly can't remember much more of the
I
album.
kind of like Afraid to Shoot Strangers.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I don't
That
care
reminds
for
me
that
too much. The chorus reminds me too much of Hallowed Be Thy Name. You know, dun, 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 dun. You know, it's like the same Big Break
okay,
as
yeah.
you know Hallowed Be Thy Name. It's like,
I actually like Wasting Love on this album.
oh,
To be honest with you, I do.
yeah.
I like
I
it
think it's
too.
a. I
You
really
do like
it.
those ballads more than I do. Because you also like Coming Home off of.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I know you like that
Oh,
song. Like for me,
yeah,
that's
love
off
that
that
song.
album. It's like, I can
Oh,
take that album
God.
song off the album, and then for me, it's perfect because that's a great album. But
Interesting.
yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
So anyway, Shirt in the Punch Bowl, but mediocre Punch Bowl. If you've never heard Weekend Warrior,
Don't.
don't just
Don't hear it.
don't fucking even bother. No, yeah.
Horrible. Don't.
So,
Man.
wow, there were some surprises.
great.
Both of you guys brought in some really great surprises, and I love that about what we do. It's like no one knows what's going to come up, and your lists were
Yeah,
great. And I
everybody.
agree. It's like with a couple of exceptions, I didn't feel as passionately about them as you, but I could certainly understand why you would think that, about these songs. And
Yeah, I think it's good to take bands that you really love too, because it's more meaningful when there's a song you don't like, because you like almost everything a certain band does. So yeah, it's more impactful when they lay a stinker out there.
Spoiler
dude.
alert, kids. There's going to be a lot more Kiss in future segments.
right, yeah, I got about eight songs. I'm like, I got to just go back through my catalog. I'm sure I can find
I
more.
think maybe I need to go back. I'm going to listen to Love Theme from Kiss. When I get done.
Yeah.
Maybe the Sore Thumb
You
is
have
the
a better
good song on the
appreciation
album.
for that, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta try it, Dread. You gotta listen before. Come
Oh,
on.
do it.
I
Do
should
it,
pull.
Dred,
I want to
trust.
pull it up and like force you to listen to it right now.
Go ahead.
No,
pull
we'll
it
get booted. We'll get booted from Sony or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone will kick us off.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you
it's-
could edit this
Yeah.
play it
Yeah.
after we're done recording.
Yeah, we'll do that. So
Okay.
anyway, kids, there's our first volume of Sore Thumbs.
Send us your hate mail.
Yeah, we'd love to get
We're
it.
waiting.
Tell us we're
We're
stupid.
getting love. Chalupa Batman sends us love. He says, "Yeah, you're over 100 subscribers now, so thanks to that."
Yay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I forgot. I don't know. Did you guys? Oh, excuse me. Did you guys watch or listen to those songs that I posted on the Heavy Metal?
Oh, I
Horror
haven't
page?
had a chance yet. But
Okay, no problem. We'll do it for next time.
Oh, that you just put up today?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are-
There's
No,
another
no, I
band.
haven't.
Yeah, there's another band that they sent me links to. I'll send you a link. They're on Facebook. But anyway, so next time, some bands have been sending us some music and say, "Hey, would you mind listening to this music?" And then giving us a shout or something. We're happy to do that. So we'll listen to it, and then we'll be back in the next episode. We'll definitely get back with you. So anyway, hey. Oh yeah, you can find Heavy Metal Horror. I'm like, yeah, we're almost done. Unsaneradio.com. Listen to full episodes or download to your device. You can find us on Facebook, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. On Instagram, look for Montag Lewis, one word. Our YouTube page, Heavy Metal Horror Podcasts. That's where you're at if you're watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And we're now on Roku, Hotel Metal Jam. So if you know someone who'd like our show, tell them about us. This has been Montag, master of the sore thumb.
Chop top.
Who's got two sore thumbs and I don't know what else. Dreadbull.
I thought you were gonna fart. I saw you leaning for it. I'm like, are you gonna rip one out?
I'm waiting for a punchline. Come on. Rip that fucker out.
I couldn't come up with anything. I totally blanked.
Dribble. This is what I think of Kiss.
Like this up. Still don't like Kiss. This guy. There we go. Edit that together
Now I
so it
have all
looks
the
right.
more reasons. I'm listening to all their sore thumb songs. These guys suck. You've been
I'm gonna
watching.
listen to, oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I said I'm going to listen to some Hooligan after that.
Oh yeah. Don't,
Mama said I was a hooligan.
don't blow your wad. That's how. Come on now. We don't want to blow too much. That's right.
Oh, man.
There's only so
All
much
right,
Kiss
but-
we want to put in one episode.
Absolutely.
So you've been watching and listening to Heavy Metal Horror. Yeah, you've been watching and listening to. We're gonna get out of here whether we know it or not. Heavy metal sore thumbs.
This is Doug Helvering, and you have been listening to Heavy Metal Horror. the best podcast that you've never heard before?